Hi everyone, I'm back, and this week for our Read Aloud, I bring you Read the Dawn, the Lakota Way, and it's written and illustrated by S.D. Nelson. So in this case, the author and the illustrator are the same person. And before I dig into it, we're going to talk a little bit about why I chose this book and what are we going to do during this read aloud because it's going to be a little bit different than usual. I chose this book for many reasons. One, because I just really love it. It's very, very close to my heart. It's very special to me. Um, and you'll see why, hopefully, in a little bit. But the second one is because I think it's a great book to practice the skill that we're going to focus on this week, which is visualizing. And visualizing essentially is creating pictures in your mind as you hear or read a text. And this skill is very important to become a good reader, especially because, as you start reading chapter books and so on, they may or may not have illustrations that you can rely on, and you'll have to focus on the stuff that you can make up in your mind, essentially. Also, when we visualize, we are exercising the amazing muscle that our brain is. So, we are pushing ourselves further. We are letting our imagination grow. We're building our schema as well. Remember that schema are the things that we already know, which usually visualization really, really relies upon. And, we've practiced this throughout the year, especially with the poems. If you remember Blue, and all the poems about Blue and Damien, we did a lot of visualization there. So we are gonna wrap up the year practicing this skill one more time. So the way that this read aloud is gonna go is that I'm gonna read the story without showing you the images one time, and then I'm gonna pause. You can pause the video, and I want you to pick your favorite or a couple favorite parts of the story that you pictured in your head, and I want you to draw them on a piece of paper. So when we read it the second time around, when I'll be showing you the pictures, you can compare what things, do the illustrations that you did and the illustrations that the author did have in common or are different, in which ways they're the same, which ways they're different. So yeah, for the first time, I'm not gonna stop. I'm not gonna ask any questions. I'm just gonna read it as it goes. Okay? And then on the second one, as I said, you'll be able to compare pictures, and also I'll be stopping and asking you a few questions. This is a great book to make connections with. It has very little text, which can be deceiving. It can make you think, oh, if it has little text, it's for young kids. It's not a book that's right for me. But it is a great book to let our imaginations flow and grow. So I thought it would be a great way to wrap up our Read Aloud series. Okay, I'm gonna get started. And if you hear meowing in the distance, it's because I closed the door so the cats wouldn't be in here. And they might complain a little. So if you hear anything in the background, as always, it's the cats. Greet the dawn, the Lakota way. We greet the dawn with a smiling heart, for all is beautiful at the beginning of a new day. Father Sun gives warmth to Mother Earth. Meadowlark sings her song as swallows fly above. Our ancestors sang to the Great Spirit. Here I am, behold me. I am the sun, behold me. Dewdrops glisten as they cling to each green leaf. They shimmer upon curving petals and dragonfly wings. With a smiling heart, we feel the yellow glow of Father's sun warm upon our faces. Brother Eagle flies high with outstretched wings. Our happy eyes see clouds dancing in the blue sky. Our fathers sing, "At dawn may I roam against the winds, may I roam. At dawn may I roam, when the crow is calling, may I roam." Thank you for our four-legged brothers, rabbit, deer, and buffalo. Our Mother Earth gives us food and shelter. She gives us everything we need. Winds whisper, winds blow. Storms come and storms go. With happy ears, we listen as raindrops pitter-patter. We smell the sweet earth and welcome the colors of Sister Rainbow. Purple shadows lengthen. All is beautiful with the passing of day. Twinkling stars appear above as fireflies flicker below. We welcome Sister Moon with a smiling heart. Our ancestors sang to the Great Spirit. "Here am I, behold me." It said as it rose, "I am the moon, behold me." The song of crickets and frogs fills the night. Thank you for all the little creepy crawlies. We two-legged beings gather by firelight. We give thanks for each day. We celebrate this night. With a smiling heart, our eyes close in sleep. In our dreams, this day we will keep. So this is the end of Greet the Dawn. And as you may have noticed, it starts at the beginning of the day and it ends with the night. So go ahead and pause the video, and as I said before, pick your favorite or a couple favorite moments from this story and just draw what you visualized, what you pictured in your head, and then come back to this video. Make sure you do it before you start the next part, okay? Last chance. All right, we're getting started with Read the Dawn. We greet the dawn with a smiling heart, for all is beautiful at the beginning of a new day. This is what the new day looks like. And as you can see here, the text, oh, sorry, there's a reflection. The text is written in curves, so they're part of the illustration rather than in straight lines. And we'll go back to that in a second. Father Sun gives warmth to Mother Earth. Meadowlark sings her song as swallows fly above. Our ancestors sang to the Great Spirit. Here I am, behold me. I am the sun, behold me. Dewdrops glisten as they cling to each green leaf. They shimmer upon curving petals and dragonfly wings. With a smiling heart, we feel the yellow glow of Father's sun warm upon our faces. Brother eagle flies high with outstretched wings. Our happy eyes see clouds dancing in the blue sky. And this part in particular always makes me think of Spring Creek, just because we're home of the Eagles. So whenever I read this page, it reminds me of our school. Our father sang, "At dawn may I roam, against the winds may I roam. At dawn may I roam, when the crow is calling, may I roam." And if you notice here, there's the picture of the bus that we saw in the very first page at the beginning of the day. There's here. So all of these are elements that we've already seen. Thank you for our four-legged brothers, rabbit, deer, and buffalo. Our Mother Earth gives us food and shelter. She gives us everything we need. Winds whisper, winds blow, storms come and storms go. And I'm going to take a pause here and just bring attention to the text. I don't know if you've been noticing, but it always merges with the picture. So it's always part of the picture. It's another creative element. Also, this page is great for connections. So when I look at this illustration, I'm trying to put it in a way that it doesn't reflect back on you. This illustration with the storm and the horse and the boy makes me think of another story, another Lakota story that we read this year and possibly last year. I don't fully remember. But this year I read to some of you during quiet time. Also, aside from this Lakota story, the storm in the background makes me think of another read aloud that we did this year. But instead of a boy, it had a girl in it. What connections can you make to this illustration, to the text? With happy ears, we listen as raindrops pitter-patter. We smell the sweet earth and welcome the colors of Sister Rainbow. There's Sister Rainbow. And if you can notice here, the author chose to put pitter-patter in this way. Why do you think they did that? Purple shadows lengthen. All is beautiful with the passing of day. And with purple shadows, I can use another strategy that we practiced this year, which is inference. Remember finding clues in the text? Purple shadows kind of tells me that dusk is approaching. You know, when the sun is about to set and the sky looks pinkish, purplish, blue. Twinkling stars appear above as fireflies flicker below. We welcome Sister Moon with a smiling heart. And this illustration makes me think of another story that we read during Read Aloud. Does it remind you of anything? Our ancestors sang to the Great Spirit. Here am I, behold me, It said as it rose, I am the moon, behold me. The song of crickets and frogs fills the night. Thank you for all the little creepy crawlies. And the expression creepy crawlies reminds me of a story that Unchi read to us during Lakota studies this year. You know what story I'm talking about? We two-legged beings gather by firelight. We give thanks for each day. We celebrate this night. Knocked the computer there. Apologies. With a smiling heart, our eyes close in sleep. In our dreams, this day we will keep. And this is the end of Read the Dawn. I hope you enjoyed it. I really, really like this book. So now we're gonna discuss a little bit this book through, as always, you can write the write the answers to my questions in our Google Doc, in our Google Classroom, or in your daily reading logs. I really, really look forward to reading your answers. So, aside from all the questions, especially a lot about connection-related questions, rather. Wow, my brain is a little scattered today. I apologize. I would love you to think about and write in our Google Docs or in your reading log about how different and how similar are the illustrations that you did after the first reading and the illustrations that you saw in the second reading. I also want you to think about the theme of this story. I was very intentional today and I didn't tell you anything about what this story was about because I want you to really think, okay, what is the lesson of this story? What is this truly about? And my last question is, what is something that you are thankful for today? Our characters in the story say a lot of things that they're thankful for. So we are gonna follow their example. And yeah, just write about, something that makes you feel grateful today. Okay, and that's the end of our Read Aloud. I miss you all so, so much. You have no idea. And yeah, I'll see you next week with another video. Bye.